Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to another All-Star 15 TV.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Welcome to another All-Star 15 TV production.
race fans, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the All-Star 15 TV Tuesday Night Tour, race number 2 of the Tour Modified Series. We're taking you to South Boston Speedway. Joining me up in the broadcast booth, it's the one, the only, Joe Hutchings.
I'm pretty sure I'm not only. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more Joe Hutchings out there, but, you know. Hi, AJ.
You're the only one we care about, right?
Sure.
Sure. You know. Okay. But we are qualified. We are jumping into our first heat race. And we're going to do 10 laps. And just go from there. We're not worrying about cautions in these heat races. There are no cautions. But it should be a fun one. Joe, South Boston, we saw a lot of drivers early on in the runs have a lot of issues with the car, wanting to turn more left than anything until those tires got hot. But it looks like Johnny Evans and Logan Taylor are going to be your front row here. Dalton Fredericks, Mike Mazzagatti in row 2, Brendan Storr and Eric Austin row 3, Brandon Carvey and Thomas Silva row 4. Row 5 right now we have Bradley Wolford and Desmond Burnell, and then Lucas Dilowick in 11th shotgun on the field for heat number 1. Apologize anybody we butcher your names. Very much apologize for it. Hopefully if you stick around more and more, we can get those corrected. But Joe, it looks like we have a blinker. Thomas Silva in the 6.
Oh, no. We got a blinker.
Look who's closer. Well, this is going to be a fun race. It should be fun. I love South Boston and the Modifieds. It is on the tour schedule. So they do run here. But it should be fun to see how these guys get through this 0.4 of a mile. As the 14 is just not going. There he goes. We'll get 2 caution laps around the speedway before we send the Modifieds up to song into turn number 1. No cautions. It's going to be hectic, Joe.
Oh, this is going to be nuts.
And then you got people waiting in heat number 2 to see how heat number 1 is going to go. Oh!
The leader just pulled a Scott McLaughlin. That's funny.
That's exactly where I was going to go with it. Happy you and I are back on the same page. But the pace truck is about to cut left into pit road. Green. And green flag is in the air. Heat number 1 underway. Johnny Evans with a great start of the race. Then it's Dalton Fredericks and Logan Taylor side by side. Dalton on the inside trying to keep the position. Still side by side coming off a turn 2 as they touch, crossing the line for lap number 3. And the 18 of Mike Mazzagatti right in their draft. But it looks like that middle lane, the outside lane of the 03 is really paying off as he still gets squirrely off of turn 4. Dalton Fredericks pressuring still right behind the 03 as Johnny Evans is continuing to pull away by about a second and a half plus. Closest battle we have on the racetrack is the 13 is really loose. Eric Austin stuck in that outside. The 40 is continuing to blink. That is the 6. Oh! Big wreck! Big wreck! Brandon Storr is facing the wrong way. He's getting out of the way for the leaders. And he's just going to jump the pit road. Eric Austin and Brandon Storr done for the heat race. But your leader, Johnny Evans and Logan Taylor, still 1-2, separated by 2 seconds. Dalton Frederick still in that third position, looking to hold it together. But they are pulling away from the 18 of Mike Mazzagatti.
Mazzagatti.
Maserati?
Mazzagatti. Butcher names. Oh, we got Dalton in the 3 sitting there bumping freaking Nerf bars.
White flag is out in the air.
No!
Touch. Both go spinning. Dalton Fredericks is going to lose multiple positions. But the 03 is going to get dumped for P2 by the 18. And there is your Heat 1 winner, the 14 of Johnny Evans. Let's jump it over to Heat number 2. Daniel Krim, Billy Gregg, your front row. Blake Dorney and Dylan Gibbs, row 2. Nate Orlowski, JJ Davis, row 3. Trevor Rizzo and Simon Wetley in row 4. And then it looks like we have Matthew Angle shotgun on the field, Joe. What a chaotic ending for Heat number 1.
That was kind of crazy. But we'll see what happens when they all get to the main here.
I would hope they would calm down in the main. I really do.
I hope so
There
too.
are cautions in the 75 lap main.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Joe, what's going to happen when our 2 outside P1, P2 guys don't show well? I guess they're just going to get moved up.
Yeah, everybody moves up.
Oh, here we go. They're going to get those 2 laps. Is this heat going to be crazier than Heat 1? I don't know. A couple less cars might work out in the benefit for the other drivers. But South Boston always puts on a good race. It does, for the most part, end up being a caution-filled race, at least early on. And then about halfway to 3/4 of the way to the end is when they get that 20-30 lap green flag run. But coming in is the pace truck. And green flag is in the air. Daniel Krim is going to make it to turn 1 before everybody, as we are already sideways. 75 of Blake Dorney still trying to hold on to it. That's going to screw up the top lane of the 12.
Nope, we got a spanner in the back.
Is just body slamming people is the 12. But Daniel Krim, half a second lead over Blake Dorney. Really hoping that the drivers that did spin are moving once again, because this is a short racetrack where you're going to get around it in just about 15 or so seconds. The 75 is putting some good laps together, and he's going to get dumped by the 75. Well, just remember, this is a heat race, and you are going to have to make it to the main. As we just have a car stopped on the front stretch, and I think he just jumped the pit road. race leader Blake Dorney hopefully doesn't have it bite him in the butt when the race actually gets underway. But he's 2 seconds ahead of Nate Orlowski with just a couple more to go. There's the 8 of Nate Orlowski in the Bojangles car, and then Daniel Krim, who was our pole sitter, but the 75 of Blake Dorney is going to come around to take the white flag. And he's going to be outside pole for the start of tonight's race. All right, now we should grid them up for the 75 lap feature. But we will be right back. Oh, we got the quick little warm-up, but we'll be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Hello everybody, we are still under the warm-up session. Glad to have you here. It should be a fun event this evening. At least we're hoping. South Boston Speedway All-Star 15 TV Tuesday night tour. We got the modified, so very fast. These cars are just meant to turn left, and I'm loving absolutely every second of it.
We have a driver going backwards down pit road.
We do, and for a second my brain went, Rambler? Question mark? But with some storylines playing into tonight's race, I wonder if we're going to see any paybacks from those heat races. But with a lot going on, this being our second race of the season, Joe, what are some keys to victory here for Sobo?
Survive, as usual. It's iRacing. It's survival of the sickest at this point.
Yeah.
We're already removing drivers even before the race starts, so let's see what happens.
That works.
I hope for a good show. I hope we don't have a lot of idiots on the racetrack. Let's just say that.
Well, these are supposed to be fun. Everybody's supposed to come out and have a good time, not come out and wreck everybody to have a good time.
Yep.
This is the warm-up is over. And we are going to line these modifieds up and get ready for a 75-lap showdown from South Boston Speedway. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the Tuesday Night Tour Series. Johnny Evans, Blake Dorney, your front row. Then it's Thomas Silva, Nate Orlowski. In row 3, it's Mike Mazzagatti?
Mazzagatti.
Okay. Daniel Krim, I was waiting for you, Joe. I really was. Logan Taylor and Trevor Rizzo in row 4. JJ Davis and Dalton Fredericks in row 5, rounding out that top 10. Then it's Dylan Gibbs and Lucas Zewick in row 6. Row 7, it's Simon Watley and Brendan Storr. Here we go. Now, I don't think they will need fuel at all throughout this race, unless Joe went in and closed off the fuel tanks to where they would need fuel. But if we get a timely caution, I would not be surprised if we see some of these modifieds come down pit road and take, an extra set of tires with them. It could be very helpful. The issue is you got to remember it takes a couple laps for these tires to get warm, and until they get warm, they are ice skates.
Oh yeah.
Kind of wish it was the actual modified rule where you only changed one tire at a time. And usually it's the right rear that you change. Now, we've got the 1 to go signal from Barney the Flagman. Johnny Evans in the 14, the 75 of Blake Dorney. Strap those belts tight, Joe. Grab a beer, because I know you probably have one handy. And we are about to go racing. Pace truck is about to take that left-handed turn for safety down pit road. Green flag. And green flag is in the air for the first time at South Boston Speedway. Looking for the crossover to start the race. 75 of Blake Dorney is trying to give each other room, but he's holding that inside lane while the 14 is continuing to work that outside. Gets the run off the outside, comes up, smacks the wall. Got to be careful. You could really knock a toe length off really fast, as it looks like Thomas Silva has gone around, along with Simon Wettley. Yeah, the 40 just loses it right in front of Niederlausky. Ooh. Looks like somebody else got punted too. Who's the purple car? You're looking for the 30th. Oh, there it is. That's Dylan Gibbs. Watch this, Joe. And he ends up around and backed up into the wall.
Sorry, I was addressing our
Nope, and we have
our
race leader on
friends.
pit road.
He's probably gonna top up on fuel here real quick.
Can they make it, Joe?
Actually, no. I think he's moving to the back of the field.
That might be actually a safer spot. It's the issue of trying to get back through the field.
Well, he was the one that was requesting an EOL, and you know, with us, if you take qualifying time, you start where you qualified. Just that simple. If you want an EOL, start on pit road.
Yeah, well then you start a lap down.
That's not my problem.
Lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck. Blake Dorney to the inside of the number 8 Bojangles of Nate Orlowski. Push bar on the Orlowski machine, already a little crooked.
Well, he did kind of help out with that last caution.
And green flag is in the air. The 75 with an excellent launch. Oh, this Nate's getting a turn. Prim gets involved. See what happens off the restart. We'll hit it from the chase cam. Got the 18 underneath him. Looks like the 18 just accelerates right through the 8.
He wasn't. The 8 was slowing down a little too much, and the 18 just kind of went right through him.
And Krim just annihilates Orlowski. Let's see the view from Daniel Krim as he's having to come down pit road for it. Ooh.
Mike did end up apologizing on. Well, we got some extracurricular activities in the back here. What's going on? What are these guys doing back? The 75 and the 18. Oh, never mind. The 75 is just trying to keep his tires scrubbed.
And Krim is still on pit road. He's jumping off pit road now, electing to, it looks like, not take his fast repair, as we're probably going to have a lot more cautions before the end of the night, as we are already on lap 10. When we go green, these laps will click off at about 14 seconds a lap. If we aren't green, about 35 seconds a lap. Waiting to get the 1 to go. We do have the 1 to go signal. Why weren't these guys sent through? There they go. All right. Base truck is off.
Green flag.
And green flag is in the air. The 75 with a good restart after the 18 has to check up for jumping the start. Now the battle is for P2. Dalton might want to get a move on. It looks like the car behind him, the modified behind him, is really good with throwing it into the turns, but not making it stick. Oh, contact between Dalton and Rizzo. As Nate Orlowski's now on pit road. Blake Dorney pulling away from the field last time by a 13.86. There's the battle for P2, the 18 and 3. as we have some fun going back here. Looks like the 14 of Johnny Evans is making his way through the field. Woo! Trevor Rizzo trying to keep the modified going the right way. And
yeah,
he's
this 75
still
got so much yaw in this car.
Oh, we have contact. Oh. Big contact. Broken wheel on the 23.
The yellow flag is out.
And there's the yellow flag as he's gonna jump to pit road. He's been having issues the last couple laps, and then it looked like it finally just bit him. As we are under caution on lap number 19. We're gonna step away. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We're back, everybody. The lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck. We are gridded up 2 by 2, but I'm hearing from race control. We get another quick caution. We're going to send this single file for the remainder of the event. Going to go green on lap number 23. There it is, and green flag is in the air, and the 18 tries to jump to start again. That's going to stack up that outside lane. We got to keep an eye on that 03. He's trying to use the apron in 3 and 4. That will get the modified loose. It will help you turn, but sometimes help you turn too much. As we are stacked up 2 by 2 for positions 2 through 6.
The yellow flag is out.
2 through 5. But it looks like Nate Orlowski now with an issue. Going into turn number 3. He's already fighting it. And he's going to lose it off the turn. No big contact. We'll be able to drive away. And just like that, we will be going single file. Trying to figure out what the 75 is doing. Like he's looking for a hole shot.
Trying to keep the tires warm.
Is that what he said?
No, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, well, he just did that.
Well,
I wouldn't give him his spot back. No. Looks like iRacing will. I understand keeping your tires warm, but that's a little excessive in my opinion. Dorney, Taylor, your top 2. Mazzaganti and Gibbs 3 and 4. 4 and 5 is Fredericks and Evans. And then Storr and Zwick, your top 8 all on the lead lap. And then 9th, 1 lap down, is Daniel Krim. Simon Watley, 1 lap down. In 10th, Nate Orlowski looking at 5 laps down. And he did it again, Joe. Right in the middle of the racetrack.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
That'll fix that. You want to be dumb? Goodbye. See you later. The 03, now your race leader.
Be right back.
Yeah, I got you. We are single file for the restart. The 03, 18, 26, 20, 14, 17, and 34. All lead lap cars, and we
Green
are
flag, green flag.
green. Jump on board with the 18 and see what he is seeing. That's not the cockpit. That's the cockpit. Listen to that tire slide. Oh, and he's gonna get clipped.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, hard into the nose. Into the inside wall coming out of turn 4. Dylan Gibbs turns P2. Might see some people jump back onto the lead lap. Trying to see who's getting their lucky dog, and I think it was Daniel Krim getting back on the lead lap. Logan Taylor sitting P1, had a great restart last time by. Just about 40 laps remaining here from Sobo, race number 2 of the Tuesday Night Tour season. Next week, we are taking these Tour Modifieds to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
That should be a fun race.
Well, this is supposed to be a fun race, too. Joe, I know you said you wanted to get in these cars, but I don't know, after the last 20 or so laps, you're probably happy you rethought about it. But here we go.
You right on that one.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. The 03 of Taylor gets a great restart. Dalton Fredericks in tow, but the battle is for P3. Gibbs and Evans even off of turn 4. '14 just clips the wall. They are still side by side, Joe. 3 laps into this run. Looks like as this is going, the 14 is just getting all the grip, and he's going to clear Gibbs. Evans up to P3 and now trying to work over Dalton Fredericks for P2 as Taylor is just about 3 tenths away. Sorry, Joe?
Said P4 was all kind of sideways coming out of 4.
Yeah, he's one of the drivers that has been using that apron. Could really really mess you up, as there's the battle 1, 2, and 3. Looks like 2 and 3 have found the line, as the 14 of Evans is going to cut to the inside lane. Fredericks is going to go down a half a lane and block. But they are all riding behind the 03 of Logan Taylor. Up on the gyro cam of Johnny Evans as he's getting really close to the 20. Dalton Fredericks gets a little squirrely off of turn 4, has to catch the modified, but right back into the fight. Didn't lose a lot of time. Switch to the cockpit cam so you can see how his hands are moving. Joe, it looks sketchy out there.
This looks like fun.
Yeah, when they actually get the racing, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Still looking about a lane underneath Dalton Fredericks, just looking for a hole. It's difficult to pass in these modifieds. You do eventually have to use just a tad bit of a bump.
Sometimes a chrome horn is necessary. That's why we'll not penalize for it if it happens. You know,
but what I think
things happen on the racetrack later. You know,
what I think the 14 is trying to do, Joe, is just set Dalton up for a pass. You know, he's showing Dalton inside. I'm going to the inside. One of these times, I wouldn't be surprised if the 14 just looks like he's going to go inside, but just keeps it straight, tries to go around the high side. As Fredericks is looking for the pass in the 03, as there's a little contact.
Ooh, Dave rubbing.
25 laps to go, coming this time by. Remember how I said like 2 minutes ago there was like 40 to go?
Yeah.
Side by side for P2, Dalton Fredericks in the 20, Johnny Evans in the 14. Coming off of turn 4, crossing the line, and they are dead even, though.
I'm watching this battle from the rear chase on the leader's car, and it is intense behind him. He's just sitting there looking back there going, yeah, you two keep fighting. We're just going to drive away with it.
Oh, the 14's in the wall. Overcooks it on exit of 2. And Dalton Fredericks is still going to hold on to P2. Oh, little contact.
Caution, yellow flag.
Ooh. Such a great battle. Little bit too much contact. I fault neither one of them. Just so close of racing, sometimes that happens.
It looks like Dalton took somebody out with him.
Yeah, it was the 33, which ends up being Dylan Gibbs, and I don't think Gibbs is in the session anymore.
Yeah, he jumped out.
But Dalton staying on the racetrack, must not be a lot of damage on that number 20, as Johnny Evans is on pit road grabbing fresh Hoosier tires and jumping back out on the racetrack. Should restart P5. What's going on, Brendan Kennedy? How you doing, pal? Good to see you in the YouTube chat. We're just having modified fun tonight. Those last 30 laps, Joe, phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Once we get the riffraff out of here.
Riffraff Street Rat?
Sure.
Oh, come on, you know the song.
Yeah, I know. We don't want to... Wait,
And...
why is the 18 spinning?
He's doing it on purpose, I would assume. No, he's not.
Anywho,
he did it out of 4, and then he did it back into turn 1. Dun 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 dun. Oh, green flag back in the air. Oh, great launch by Taylor in the 03. Dalton now is Daniel Krim right behind him. 2 teammates battling for P2. And here comes Brandon Storr also. But that's going to be a problem. Oh, that's Johnny Evans is going to smack the 34.
HSR cars lined up like rockets behind the leader here.
That 14 of Johnny Evans has been bad fast all evening. But that modified has been so unpredictable whenever he's put the throttle down.
A modified?
Yeah,
after all the crap he's been through? Dalton started to get the drop on the 3 here.
Yeah, the 3's doing a really good job to just hold his line. It's difficult to pass here. Can Dalton make a move? He's so used to not using a bumper as he is trying to. Little bit
he's got a nose.
Side by side, a little contact, and they race on to the line towards turn number 1.
This is exciting.
He's got what he wants. He is even with the leader in the turns, but that outside lane, Taylor just has him beat as they door bang once again. New leader Dalton Fredrickson to turn number 1.
They're really using the hell out of them Nerf bars.
But you want to know something, Joe? It's probably a hell of a lot of fun because they're still both running.
Oh.
You know, Krim is probably licking his lips.
Okay, I just watched Dalton netcode through the 03. Oh.
And Dalton is clear. Now he needs to get away. A little bit of a shot from the 03. Taylor has to be careful as well. Johnny Evans is coming as he just gets by Daniel Krim.
Johnny Wrecking Ball?
As the 18 is around again.
No. Oh, no.
Him and Nate getting involved together. Oh! Yeah, he was hoping Nate was going to spin him.
Oh, no. We do have one green-white checker, just so you know.
He's flying around. Do we really have one green white checker? Okay,
yeah.
He's slowing up.
Oh.
I was getting nervous by the 18 and how he was accelerating the whole time.
I was already on the remove driver button.
But apparently he gets a lucky dog?
Hey, he should be the only car a lap down.
But he's the one that wrecked.
Uh-huh.
Usually if you're the wrecked car, you don't get it, but whatever.
He was a wreck-y. He got wrecked.
Well, you heard Joe say it. They get one green-white checkered. Dalton has to nail the restart and hope he gets far enough out where the 03 can't punt him. I'm being real, Joe. I'm being real.
This is gonna be exciting.
As the lights should go off on the pace truck. Yes, they do. Pretty sure this counts as an attempt, Joe. The one and only attempt.
No, if they get a caution really fast, it'll go into a green-white checker. Because they're taking the green on 74.
Oh, here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Oh, look at all the flash bulbs. And Dalton does get a great restart. He gets away into turn 3 and 4. He's going to see the white flag. Taylor might be too close for Dalton's comfort.
Woohoo! If he gets close on that turn 3, he's going to get the bumper.
He's got it a couple times. But Dalton off of turn 4 is going to win at Sobo.
The 14 put the bumper to the 3. And that screwed up what the 3 was going to do to Dalton. That was amazing.
Dalton Fredericks comes home with a classic. Those last 50 laps were absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it was Dalton and Johnny Evans, or Daniel Krim and Johnny Evans, or Dalton and Logan Taylor, all of it phenomenal. And the race is over and done with under 30 minutes. Let's get a word with our race winner as he's burning it down, Dalton Fredericks. How'd you come away with that?
Skill, that's how.
You had a lot of good battles with a lot of drivers this evening.
Woo!
Careful. We gotta pay for that, pal.
Good thing I'm not.
But how was the modified out there? It looked like once you figured out your lane, you were able to really gain ground. But once again, another racetrack where it's hard to pass.
Yeah, I just learned from last week and the mistake I made, which was not be physical enough, and decide I'm gonna get my elbows out a little bit more this time. So we used that to our advantage, and we used that to our advantage. And the guy in second, he was like, "Whoa, I was giving you a big old break." Okay, whatever. But yeah, we were able to get our way through there and get a win. So I'm happy.
That's what you got to do with the modifieds. You need to put your elbows out, and if there's a little bit of contact, that's what the push bars are for, and that's what the oh god, Joe, what are they called? The sidebars?
The Nerf bars.
There you go. What the Nerf bars are for. It's what these cars are meant to do, to be bumped around but still going the right way. You in the 03 and you in the 14 were phenomenal with showing that. You're the first modified race on the channel where I have a very I get to interview you, dude, for a win for HSR Phantom Racing in race number 2 of the Tuesday night tour. Next week we go to Nashville Fairgrounds. What are you expecting there?
I guess the same thing. Figure it out that day. Get the elbows out and go to town.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming and talking with us. Good win, pal. And, well, I'll see you at Nashville next week.
I gotta plug my sponsors.
Oh, yeah. There's none on the car, so it kind of messed me up.
Yeah, I need to get around to doing a paint, but I kind of like the basic paint. But anyways, yeah, we got HSR Phantom Racing, everyone over there. All the support from them guys. Great teamwork during the race. You guys at All-Star 15 TV for broadcasting these races. Can't wait to watch this one especially. That was some pretty good racing up in the front. Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We got McConey Setup Shop, Wrestling with Nerds, Fry Trucking, Drinkin Bros Auto Racing Group, Honey Hill Farms, JVM Graphics, Hard AF Seltzer, AC Cages, JTZ Home Services. We got American Suppressor System LLC. Any other ones that I might have missed? BMS. I don't know why I always bring up BMS after I say that quote. Sorry, Krim. I'll do better next time. I promise. But yeah, anyone else that I might have missed, thank you guys for all the support and all the help. And yeah, hopefully we'll be in victory lane next week.
Dude, I feel like you have a sticky note next to your rig. I really do.
I told him to do that.
It's called the Discord server with all the logos in it.
Oh, you cheater.
All right, Dalton. Great win. We'll talk to you next week, pal.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Yeah. Dalton, Joe, I know I mentioned it. Those last 45, 50 laps of the race after we got all the caca knocked out, absolutely phenomenal racing. That is modified racing. Makes me want Nashville to be tomorrow, but I'm going to see the F1 movie tomorrow, so.
Well, you enjoy the F1 movie, and we're gonna wait for you to tell us all about it on your podcast.
I hope I get free popcorn.
I hope you get free popcorn. I hope you get the helmet too.
So do I. The only thing that was free were the tickets, so yeah. All right, everybody. Right. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Joe Hutchings, I'm AJ Capola. Thanks for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV for Mod Tuesday.
Deuces.
Yeet.